Hello, everyone, and good afternoon. Today is Tuesday, June 17th, 2025, at 13:29. And today we have our Day 2 outlook to look at for tomorrow. So, our Day 2 outlook, we have an enhanced risk that is extending from Missouri through Illinois, Indiana, Ohio, and Michigan. Michigan. We have a slight risk that is for parts of Texas going into Oklahoma, Arkansas, a little bit of Tennessee, Kentucky, Illinois, Indiana, going through Michigan, over into Wisconsin, back through Illinois, Missouri, and Kansas. We also have a marginal over here that extends from Texas through Louisiana, Arkansas, Mississippi, Alabama, Tennessee, Kentucky, a little bit of Virginia, West Virginia, Ohio, Pennsylvania, New York State, going up into Michigan, back through Wisconsin, a little bit of Illinois, Iowa, Missouri, and Kansas and Oklahoma. So we do have those areas under a marginal risk. We got this marginal risk out here for parts of Virginia, D.C., Delaware, New Jersey, Pennsylvania. And we do also have this marginal risk up here in parts of Montana, North Dakota, and Minnesota. So, our risks for tomorrow, we have Indianapolis, St. Louis, Toledo, Fort Wayne, and Lansing under the enhanced. Chicago, Detroit, Columbus, Milwaukee, and Oklahoma City under slight, and Philadelphia, Dallas, Memphis, Fort Worth, and Baltimore having a marginal. So let's go ahead and deep dive and see what we've got for tomorrow's risks. Tomorrow we have a 5% risk that extends from Missouri through Illinois, Indiana, Ohio, Michigan, and a little bit of Wisconsin there. We have parts of Oklahoma, Arkansas, parts of Tennessee, Kentucky, Illinois, Indiana, Ohio, parts of Michigan, Wisconsin, Illinois, Missouri, and back into a little bit of Kansas and back into Oklahoma. So we do have those areas under a tornado risk for tomorrow. So we have Chicago, Indianapolis, Milwaukee, St. Louis, and Toledo under the 5%, and Detroit, Columbus, Oklahoma City, Tulsa, and Cincinnati having a 2%. So, for the 5%, we could see we could see a brief EF1 tornado possible tomorrow. And for the 5%, we could see a brief EF0 tornado possible. So please be mindful that could be possible depending on where you are tomorrow. Going into the damaging wind risk, we've got a 30% for parts of Missouri, Illinois, Indiana, Ohio, and up into Michigan. We have a 15% that extends from Texas through Oklahoma, Arkansas, Tennessee, Kentucky, Illinois, Indiana, Ohio, and going up into Michigan, a little bit of Wisconsin, Illinois, Missouri, a little bit of Kansas, and back into Oklahoma and Texas. We do also have 5% extending from Texas through Louisiana, Arkansas, Mississippi, Alabama, Tennessee, Kentucky, a little bit of Virginia, West Virginia, Ohio, Pennsylvania, going to a little bit of New York State, through Michigan, Wisconsin, Illinois, Iowa, Missouri, Kansas, back into Oklahoma and Texas. We have this 5% out here for parts of Virginia, D.C., Maryland, Delaware, Pennsylvania, and New Jersey. And we have a 5% up here for parts of Montana, North Dakota, and Minnesota. So we do have those areas under some risks. So we have Indianapolis, St. Louis, Toledo, Fort Wayne, and Lansing under the 30%. Chicago, Detroit, Columbus, Milwaukee, and Oklahoma City having the 15%. And Philadelphia, Dallas, Memphis, Fort Worth, and Baltimore having a 5%. So for the 30% area, we could see 70 to 80 mile per hour wind gusts possible. 15%, we could see 60 to 75 mile per hour wind gusts possible. And for the 5%, we could see 60 to 70 mile per hour wind gusts possible. So please be mindful that could be possible depending on where you are. Tomorrow's hail risk, we've got a 15% extending from Texas through Oklahoma, Arkansas, a little bit of Kansas, Missouri, Illinois, Indiana, Ohio, Michigan. So we do have those areas. And then we have a 5% extending from Texas through Arkansas, Tennessee, Kentucky, Indiana, Ohio, up into Michigan, over into Wisconsin, Illinois, Missouri, Kansas, Oklahoma, and Texas. So we do have those areas under the 5%. There is no 5% for parts of Virginia, D.C., Maryland, Delaware, Pennsylvania, and New Jersey, but we do have a 5% for parts of Montana, North Dakota, and Minnesota. So, there's the reset. Here we have Chicago, Indianapolis, Oklahoma City, Tulsa, and St. Louis having the 15%, and Dallas, Detroit, Columbus, Fort Worth, and Milwaukee under the 5%. So, for the 15% area, we could see 1 to 3 inch diameter hail possible tomorrow. And for the 5%, we could see 1 to 2 inch diameter hail possible. So please be mindful that could be possible depending on where you are tomorrow. Going into the summary for tomorrow, it says strong to severe storms are expected on Wednesday for parts of southern Missouri, northeast order into southern lower Michigan. Damaging winds, isolated hail, and a few tornadoes will be possible. More isolated severe storms may develop across the southern plains. So there you have it. There's the outlook for tomorrow. There's tomorrow's hail risk. There's tomorrow's wind risk. There's tomorrow's tornado risk. And there's tomorrow's day 2 outlook. So I do really hope that you stay weather aware and stay safe. Even in the marginals tomorrow, you never know what these storms could do in the marginals. But anyway, hope you stay weather aware, stay safe. And I will be back tomorrow when this becomes day 1. We will be going over this outlook again tomorrow morning. But anyway, have yourselves a great day and take care.